Hi, this is Conversation Christ, and I just found a startling article from CBC, which I usually don't read, but we'll see what it says here about Canada's dropping fertility rate. It says Canada records its lowest fertility rate for second year, Stats Can. So BC has lowest rate among provinces and territories. British Columbia is the province to the west of me, so it's the farthest west province on the Pacific, and they're definitely more left, like liberal. And I think a big part of this is politics, it's culture, abortion access, easy access to abortion, and the the stigmatization of a traditional family, the traditional family unit, like the nuclear family. It seems like, that's been really thrown out in the last like 30 years at least. So BC has lowest rate among provinces and territories with a rate of 1 child per woman in 2023. So Canada recorded its lowest ever fertility rate for the second year in a row in 2023, according to Stats Can. The country recorded a rate of 1.26 children born per woman, according to the agency, with British Columbia having the nation's lowest fertility rate at 1 child per woman. While the number of births stayed stable compared to 2022 at around 350,000, Statistics Canada says the lower fertility rate is due to the increase in the number of women of childbearing age living in the country in 2023. Canada has now joined the group of lowest low fertility countries, including South Korea, Spain, Italy, and Japan, with 1.3 children per woman or less. So this must be, some kind of cultural issue where it's not just Canada, it's around the world. 10 of the 13 provinces and territories had their lowest birth rates on record, according to Stats Canada. The agency added that the rate of premature births in 2023 at 8.3% was the highest recorded in the past 50 years. So why are there premature births happening? I don't know. It says that rate could be due to the higher numbers of older women giving birth, as the risk of a premature birth increases as the age of the mother increases. Oh, okay. The agency says 26% of new mothers were 35 or older, which is a geriatric birth, in 2023, compared to 10% in 1993. So a lot of older people are having kids. Okay, a lot of older women are having children. The average age of childbearing was 31.7 years in 2023. So women are clearly putting off having a family, and they're kind of like, they're figuring it out that in their 30s, they're running out of time, and so they decide to have kids later. But first, they want to have their career and stuff, right? I'm assuming that's what's going on here. Affordability a major factor, doctor says. Okay, that's interesting. So Dr. Renee Hall, a clinical associate professor at the University of BC and a co-medical director at Willow Reproductive Center, said the statistics show that young people aren't comfortable to have children when they want to. That's exactly my situation as well. I'm thinking, how could I afford to have a kid? Especially in Canada right now. The cost of living is very high. So yeah, with the high cost of living in Canada and BC in particular, Hall says many people don't feel comfortable to have kids without economic and housing stability. Right. And then there's such a massive economic impact. What's happened over the last number of years with COVID and our inflation rates and the housing crisis, that I'm not surprised that young people are delaying having children or potentially not even able to have children at all by the time they're economically able to. Wow. So people can't afford to have kids, and when they are able to afford to have kids, they're too old or they're on the cusp. So, oh man. And I think there's also something they're not mentioning is the rejection of the nuclear family, and that it's almost like taboo to have kids. It's like because of the climate crisis that's going on, and the more kids means the more methane gas or something like CO2 that's going to be released into the air. If you have anything to add to this, or if your country is experiencing a fertility crisis, then yeah, let me know. I'd love to hear in the comments below. Thank you so much. Love you all.